welders, thanks for joining me out in the shop today. I'm using junk that I've got around my shop. I'm going to make a spare tire carrier for the back of my 3rd gen today. Unconventional method. I'll be using some old junk from another vehicle I had sitting around. So we'll see how this all turns out. I think it's going to be all right. I got an idea it's going to be real simple. Not a lot of complex anything. Couple pieces of plate steel. Decided to go hatchless after the last time jacking with my hatch. Excuse me, after wheeling. It wouldn't go down, the window wouldn't go down, then I got the window down, the hatch wouldn't open, then I got the hatch to open and the window wouldn't go down, and that prompted me to ditch it. So it's gone just to fill the space and look better. I'm going to put a spare tire carrier in there that kind of has the spare tire carrier up at an angle. That'll give me some storage space behind it still. I'll end up putting a partition or something in place of those seats eventually for the dog, and perhaps building a sideways shelf system out the side doors. I'm not real sure about all that yet, as with most things that go on in my shop. I don't know yet till I get there. I'm going to kind of tack this all together, give you an idea. This is some of the old tubing off my old mini truck with the tube bumpers on it. I may not have gotten both of those cut just right, but it shouldn't matter for what I'm about to do. Hang on while I get ready. All right, now I cut my 3 pieces and just stood them up in there to kind of give you an idea what I'm talking about first, why it doesn't matter if those aren't exactly right. One, because I never really care that much about unless I'm building it for someone else, but that's not the point. I'll cut those more flat so I got a bigger surface to weld to there. Up here, I'm going to weld a plate up, and a plate up, and make a little triangle point thingy here. So these don't have to be just right, because this is going to be a piece of plate steel. You'll see that when I get to it. I think I'm going to use some cut chain link pieces where I cut this chain, because I got rid of my soft shackle back here. It was getting tore up as I drug this across rocks. I'm going to see how this real heavy piece of chain works. It is I think a 15,000 pound working load chain, and it shouldn't suffer shock load right here. So I think 15,000 pound pulling pressure with the shackle. Anyway, that's not the point. I changed it. So I'm going to you'd think maybe I should put some plates down first, but I'm not going to, because this is just going to hold a spare tire. I don't think it's going to be a problem welding it to that sheet metal. We'll see. I'm going to get started on that here. Cut those angles real quick. I'll just mark them with the flat where they set right there, and go cut those off. And I'll be right back. And when you want to find your angle, a good way to do that, just hold something about the height you want, anything, and just mark it, so it's flat on the floor. Then you can go over there and throw those in your vise and saw them off real quick. Okay, now you probably saw it coming, same as I did, that foot was going to lay out so much I'd need to put a plate under them. I got to hold it up right now. I'm going to tack these in place real quick and show you my next train of thought here before it completely derails. Remember, when you're welding thicker stuff to thinner stuff, you got to get a bite on your thicker stuff first and bring it down. Try not to burn any holes through like I did there and had to fix it. But like I say, these are just to give me a flat surface. It's just to hold a spare, but it is going to be plenty solid. Work my way around that one. Missed a spot grinding. I know you can't tell that I'm pulling from the thicker stuff and moving over, but that's what's happening. As long as you don't get too hot, stay in the same place for too long. Get your wire speed set right and all that goody stuff. Which I'm using a 6 on my voltage and 7 on my wire speed right now. There is no real set thing. You get good parameters to go by. I knew where to set it close to this, but I've adjusted it already. Now you know, for best results on your flux core welder, you should cut that little ball on the end off every time, or fold it over between every tack weld, or have a way to get under enough. It's kind of a pain, but it works better that way. See if I can get one more over here real quick. Sometimes you'll hear that pop at the beginning because that little ball on the end there that I'm holding in all the wrong places for you to see, you can't see, but anyway, it's on there, trust me. Alright, let me see if I can't stand these up and get them tacked into place. Alright, after a quick measure off of my plastic piece back and off of my plastic piece over, I got them the same on both sides. Got to put the back one on. I will attach those up here real quick. Put that back one to the floor and then make my little piece for the top up here. Put me some links in for my ratchet straps to hold on. Okay, well, that's how that's working out so far. Of course, I got to clean it up a little bit. Plates welded out here. Bars welded on. Obviously, I just get an idea, grab some junk out of my shop and start throwing crap together. I always say I shoot from the hip when I build because I just make it up as I go along. I have to do that because making a plan, I'll overthink it forever. And then it's, doesn't come together right. So I gave up making plans a long time ago. I got that one welded. I got it welded in the back. I got it welded all together around the sides and top and such up here. You probably can't see that. I'm going to weld this other leg on here real quick. Then I'll move up to my little flat part for the front. I think it's coming together pretty nice. I'll have to see how I want to mount the tire, but I'm thinking just ratchet straps at this point up against the bars, but that's yet to be seen completely. one of the beauties about it now, I got my basic foundation here. I can make it up from here how I want it to look. It's kind of nice, but at the same time, it doesn't always come together. If I were to clean the rust and the paint off, I'd get prettier welds, but I'm getting good welds this way. Best prep. Yeah, once you get started, it kind of cleans itself once you wire brush it anyway. Yeah, that's what happens. Put a little snap, crackle, pop in your morning, but not in your welding. That was crappy, but as you can tell by the sound, I'm filling a gap. And you might recognize that sound when it's filled. A little hollow tube sound out of it. Keeping the sparks up out of Oswald's way. Let me see what I'm going to do next here. Give me just a minute. Okay, well, while I'm forgetting to press record, I decided to add a little foot there at the bottom to catch the tire. When it comes down, there's one of the triangles on. It's all kind of in the middle of the truck. And I got to weld that up at the top and then decide, or do my other two for sides on there. I think I'm going to weld some half chain link pieces on for my ratchet straps. All right. So chain links on for holding straps. We got them on the sides. You can't really see. Yeah, there. Got them on the sides. I know they're not level and square and perfect and blah, blah. But this is what you can do with a bunch of scrap in your garage when you want to make a spare tire carrier for the back of the truck. It's got the little foot there. It's so much harder to see now that it's painted black. But the straps, I'll put one end of the strap on the hook on the inside, bring it up through the side of the tire and back around. Same thing this way. Tighten it from the back of where the seats are. I'll show you that, but my paint's all wet. Maybe I'll wait a minute, strap that up there so you can see what it looks like with the tire on it. Got to get a matching, or at least a 35-inch spare. Like I said, this tire's about an inch smaller. But it'll work for the time. All right, I got to paint the back side of that wheel black. That's just weird looking aluminum pitted stuff. I put my little foot extra further down in anticipation of a taller tire, but it's more kind of there to keep it from falling out should it work its way loose. You can kind of see how I got the straps coming up from the middle. I don't know, yeah, you kind of see them there. That is more explainable this way, I guess. See, I run those two hooks are welded on there at the back, and they run up through the middle, come around the side, and then hook on those ones on the sides. So that's putting some good stress on it, pulling down. and pulling towards. Now I did not put my two back sides on there yet because I wanted to see after I got that done. I noticed that hits the very top of the wheel. I don't really care about that. It's not a bother to me. It might be rubbing a hole in the wheel or something stupid. I'll look at that later, modify as necessary. That's why I chose not to put the other two pieces on there. So that explains my hooks. I'm gonna just cut some chain links in half and welded them on, and it's got crappy paint and all. That's kind of the way I like to do things. So when I decided I want my spare tire on the floor, I went to my scrap bin, decided to weld some pieces in. Oswald and I, Slim will miss the carpet back here. I don't have enough black paint to paint it all, plus it needs to be cleaned up, and I don't know what I want to do with the fenders. I'm gonna put my CO2 bottle back in. I like it. I do like it. It's starting to take shape once you get the right size tire. Man, if I could afford a matching wheel and tire, that'd be sweet looking back there. But I don't know about all that. So this is what I built today. Call it a Baja style, whatever you want to call it. A spare tire rack in the back. I still got room on the sides. I could strap stuff down. I still got room back here for a cooler. My next plan is going to be to eliminate the seat and put up a metal barrier with some expanded mesh up here or something, so that Oswald can ride back here and not get out or fall out. Maybe a front drawers, huh? What do you think of that? I think front drawers might be cool coming out the sides. Or just, I don't know. Haven't got there yet. This is the spare tire carrier build video. So I hope you enjoyed that. Go through your scrap pile, grab some scrap. That seriously was 6.5 feet of tube. And a couple pieces of scrap I had here. Those flats I had. You could probably buy all that as steel for 50 bucks. Weld it together, make up your own idea, throw something in, have a new spare tire carrier. Yeah, innovate, modify. I like it. I think I like it better every time I look at it. And the chain is pretty rednecky too, I think, so that helps add to the beauty that is my 3rd gen. It's going to look good going down the road now. Relocation of the lights, possibly. I said I might take that wood out of that tire, but this is going on too long, and I don't want to do that right now. So thanks for joining me out in the shop today, Oswald, and I appreciate it. I have my generic wheeling event stickers and shirts available at my Etsy store, as well as my hashtag #DoItDammit. The I Came to Wheel stickers and shirts, all available on my Etsy store. Link in the description. That's enough about that. Like and subscribe. Please, if you liked the show and you want to see more, it's free, it's painless, and it's easy. And I appreciate it a bunch. Most of all, appreciate you for joining me. Have a great day.